Hey guys, welcome to the very first, not the second, not the 10th, numero uno, the very first Random Ramblings podcast.
Hey!
Oh, this is hype.
So I am Mark. I am your host. We'll save the introductions for later. I'm Mark. This is the first ever.
Mark, who's here with us?
To me. God, I'm getting to that. I have Kaelea.
Hey!
And I have Pedro, our fearless leader.
Fantastic.
Yo, what is up, guys? It's Pedro, aka the Media Nut. Happy to be here. This has been something planned for a while.
Heck
I
yeah.
think. Yeah.
It's been in the works. It's been in the works. It's just it's how things
Pedro,
work.
I want to point out how when you introduced yourself, you still did your little...
Yeah, I still did. Okay.
What's your-
Whoever watches the channel, if you guys happen to watch the Media Nut channel, you guys know that intro I always do. Like, it's just become so natural that I just do it every time. When I've been in, and not just here, like in other podcasts that I've been in, like the Coaster Casters or the Homeschool Nerdcast or whatever podcast I've been on, always it just comes natural. I don't know why. It's just a thing I do.
Just Pedro.
You've been on other podcasts before.
Yes, I have. It's actually being part of those podcasts and watching other podcasts, including like stuff from Game Explain, friggin' Screen Junkies, and then you guys introduced me to the Rooster Teeth podcast.
Yeah, that's probably where the majority of the inspiration comes from.
It's that really inspired me. But yeah, I know that you guys aren't big fans of intros, but yeah, like Mark and Kaelea already said, these are our newest Random Ramblings members. There's probably going to be a video introducing you guys in the most simplistic and just out of nowhere way.
Well,
but then again, we're Random Ramblings, so
that is true.
Things are random, makes sense.
They happen sporadic.
Yeah, kind of. But it's funny because you guys have been part of the team for a while now.
Like, a month and a half, 2 months?
I've been around since like January.
Yeah, so around 2 or 3 months. Yeah, we're going into April.
That's 4 months.
I think I was towards the end of February.
I think so. I think so.
That's
time has passed. Time has passed. Yeah, time
flies indeed. When you're having fun.
Yes, and that's one thing that we definitely try to focus on. But this, believe it or not, this actually is not my podcast. It's Marc's. Actually, he, if you guys don't know, Marc is our technical director.
So what that means is, I'll take it from here.
Yeah.
What that means is I handle all the behind the scenes work. I handle all the audio, all the video, all the just everything having to do with the technical side of stuff. So from filming to the voiceovers to I also do editing.
Marc is the big boy in charge.
Yeah, basically, when it comes to behind the scenes stuff, that's all me.
Yeah, like back then I used to edit every video that came out on both channels, but now with Marc, it's become a bit more easy.
The pressure's off of you.
Yeah, not as much. I think literally half of the Gravity Falls episode that recently came out. By the way, I recommend you guys watch it. Just
definitely
plugging that in. But yeah, half of that episode was edited by both of us. Like half was me, half was you. So that was actually kind of a cool little thing we did. But yeah, definitely give that a watch. There's been some other. I know that there's some other projects they're working on the side, like you do photography and all that stuff.
I mean,
definitely check out Marc's Instagram for his photography.
If you want, it's
Marc Dejesus.
MarcDejesus_. I mean, I don't really do it that much anymore. I kind of just wouldn't say I lost my passion, but it's more so I have like the whole reason why I got into photography was because I enjoyed it, but I also saw it as a way to like put my foot through the door.
Right.
Because I've always wanted to do video. I've always wanted to be a director. So I saw photography as a way to as a stepping stone.
Your story reminds me that very much of a friend of ours. I've mentioned him to you before, but Billiam Thieves, really great YouTuber, really great YouTube
channel.
Check him
out. I love his
and
videos.
A very, very good person, very good friend. But yeah, he is also a photographer who happens to have his own YouTube channel, much larger than ours. It's actually kind of in my opinion, kind of a miracle that we're friends with him.
No, I
But
I agree. 100%.
but yeah, it's very much a blessing in disguise. In that sense, we met him randomly in a con, MizuCon to be exact, and in 2017, 2016, I think. I don't know, maybe 2017. I lost count. But we've been friends with him for a while, and your story reminds me very much of his, where yeah, starts off as a photographer and then leads to other stuff that he's doing on the side and stuff. So it's good. It's cool.
Yeah, the thing is, I never did much photography. Like I only have I'd say 15 photos on my Instagram.
That's why I'm hoping that going to more cons could if you still happen to have that passion, or if, as you said, maybe your passion might have moved on. All I'm saying is, for you and for anyone who's listening who is into photography, conventions are one of the best places to go for that kind of stuff.
Well, it all depends.
It all depends.
It all depends on what kind of photography you're doing.
Not just that. Like it also depends on your style, because I know a lot of cosplayers. It's not just
you have to be proficient in Photoshop a lot of the time for cosplay pictures, and I will say that as a cosplayer as well.
But that kind of segues into Kaelea is mainly, but Crab Shack.
I'm starting up a YouTube channel called Crab Shack Cosplay.
Make sure to check it out.
My thing has been crabs and Crab Shack for a while. You can follow me on Instagram with Laws of Murphy. I joined the team back in February, so it's just a wild ride because I've been cosplaying since 2010, so it's been a full 8 years now, and just going to local conventions down here in SoFlo, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, SoFlo.
You said it like a true Floridian.
Thank you. And it's just fun because I can't wait to take this next step in my life, especially regarding my cosplay goals and everything that I have to offer in that element. And I'm also a performing arts major, so it goes hand in hand together. And I'm really excited with it because everyone from Random Ramblings and then all of my other friends who I cosplay with will always be featured on my channel specifically. And I think it'll be fun.
I think it'll be good. And going to what you're saying, I feel like there's going to be a lot of points. I'm not going to really spoil anything of what's coming up in a couple of episodes of Random Ramblings, but all I'm going to be saying is that with certain things that will occur in Random Ramblings will call for things that a lot of cosplayers will be very good at, like costumes and
makeup,
art direction, makeup, stuff
hair.
Like that. Yeah, so it's definitely going to be something that's very vital.
Should I say my involvement as well with Random Ramblings now as well? At least behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the scenes. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So behind the scenes wise, I'm one of the many creative directors within our team. I handle everything regarding the costumes. I do costume, wigs, makeup, everything. I keep inventories of everything that we've done for each episode. I make sure that everything is at least appealing to the eye.
Yeah. Basically, Marc is kind of he's the spine of it, making sure everything's working well. Yeah. And then Kaelea is the one who makes things look good. You help us look our best, and trust me, if you saw my face, that's a lot of work to do. But a
lot of ugly.
Yeah, a lot of ugly. Dang.
You said it first.
I said it first. That's the sad part. No. You guys, I'm very happy that you guys are part of this team now. It's
Stop leaving your rings around my room.
Things are definitely, for the record, we're totally doing this podcast in a freaking room. It's a nice room though. Yeah,
that's how it is. That's how it is.
That's how it is.
You gotta love the grind.
That's how we start.
The podcast is held in Kayla's room.
Yay!
It's funny that you had brought up like my involvement and like stuff like that, because I've been waiting to save this story to tell you like on camera or
Ooh.
like on something. So
Fantastic. Let's
Oh,
go. Let's start
So,
this.
okay, so
let's
Story
let's
time with Mark.
Story
when
time.
we first met, he was talking about random rambling. He was talking about, oh yeah, I have this YouTube channel, you know, I make videos and stuff, and he was talking. I think. I remember. I was very
It was in the middle of Zen Garden.
I was Zen Garden
Of
like a
course.
chill spot.
I work there,
So do
so
I.
Yeah.
Mark works there now.
I work there. Why?
I got
Seniority.
like
Seniority.
for the record, like I'm happy that you guys work there, but at the same time, like specifically
completely
with
jealous.
Mark, yes, I am totally jealous just because it's like, well, no, for you guys who don't know, Zen Garden has been sponsored on our channel before. If you guys watch episode 2, the Spider-Man Homecoming review, you will see that that's prominently featured there. Or wait, was it Spider-Man or Five Nights at Freddy's?
I have no idea.
I don't remember which one.
I have
It was
no
it was
idea.
one of those.
Do you not remember?
Because
It might have been Five Nights at Freddy's.
I know the other
yeah.
one is Pokemon.
Yeah, I know the other
giveaway.
one was Pokemon. I think the sponsor for that one was Zen Garden for Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay.
And it was interesting just because here in Pembroke Pines, this small town in Florida,
Suburbs. It
in
is
the
most
in the
cookie-cutter
suburbs.
area
It
in
is
Florida.
disgusting.
It's terrible.
South Florida
I
is
hate
the worst.
cookie-cutter. I hate the suburbs. It's the
Everyone,
worst.
everything needs personality and their own sense of individualistic shit.
With that being said, though, I feel like we can all agree that like Zen Garden has become like kind of like this cultural like hotspot where people hang out in this suburban town within this community.
It's a very like a mom and pop shop that we that people flock to.
For
We
the record,
are not the mom and pop.
Yeah, for the record, this podcast is not brought to you by Zen Garden.
I mean, it kind of is. They pay our bills.
Yeah, they pay me Mark's bills.
Okay, it's quarterly
No.
brought to you by Zen Garden.
No, like 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3. 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Zen
60%.
Garden.
So
Yeah.
60%.
Yeah. Make sure to go check out Zen Garden if you're in the Miami/Pembroke Pines area or whatever.
If not, we do also have another store in Fort Lauderdale.
That's true.
No,
if
not
you're
Fort Lauderdale.
in
Fort Myers.
if you're in the Fort Myers
Wellington.
area. But that being said, no, sorry, you're continuing your
yeah.
story.
Okay, so we met there, and I remember I was advertising like so much like that I was really grinding hard, which I have brought it down a little bit, and I'm kind of disappointed in myself for that, but I digress. So I was advertising myself, and I'm like, I'm a photographer. I know how to use a camera, and the whole thing was you accidentally thought I mentioned video. I don't think you know that you've known this until just now.
Oh gosh.
So you thought I accidentally mentioned video, and then the second time we met was again at Zen Garden. And then, well, at first you were like, "Oh yeah, man, I really want your help. You do photography, you do video." And then that was the first time, and I was like, I didn't want to. I didn't want to correct you. I didn't want to correct you because at that time I never used the video feature on my camera.
Okay.
I didn't even.
It's
know.
like, what does this thing do?
No, like legit.
What is this?
Wait.
Let me finish. No. Let me finish. It gets better.
Oh god.
So, I didn't even know how to use the video function on my camera at the time. So the second time, so the second time we met, we were talking more business. We was like, "Oh yeah, man, I really want your help.
I think you'd be a great asset to the team.
Yeah.
You're
So things
so
like that.
cool.
Yeah, things like that.
You've got a cool beard that's now shaved off.
Listen,
We're
that's
so
a different
upset.
story.
R.I.P. Mark's beard.
That's a different story for a different time.
Yo,
R.I.P.
if you're gonna hashtag anything from this podcast, is hashtag R.I.P.
Beard.
Rest in pieces.
R.I.P. Beard.
R.I.P. beard.
R.I.P. beard.
R.I.P. beard. If you guys during like editing, like whoever's editing this, we still have, I don't think we decided yet, but whoever's editing it, just put in
R.I.P.
a
beard.
picture
A picture
of No, of Mark how he is right now, and you will see, and then put like a before and after thing.
I'm definitely gonna do that. I'm gonna take those pictures.
That's gonna be beautiful.
What was I saying? Oh yeah. So the second time we met, like it was all those things that Kaelea said, but the one thing that stuck with me to this day was
you know how to use it.
Yes. He was like, oh yeah, so I can't wait to have you on the team. Like you know you're a videographer, right? And at that moment, I had a choice to make.
Oh gosh.
Do I tell the truth and tell him I don't know how to do video, or do I keep up the lie and just tell him that I
bullshit my way through my existence on this team?
Okay, for the record, I'm finding all this out right now.
You are.
What's the flip?
That's the best part. That's the best
you
part.
Suck.
and then so I go, yeah, I do. and then it comes to filming.
You're just like, fuck.
He tells me.
Fuck.
So he tells me, by the way, we're gonna save the next part of this for something special.
Right.
That's a really
something special. That
you know,
okay,
you know what I'm talking about.
I think I do.
Okay, because that's like
right.
That's like Destiny.
Like, yeah.
It's I'm hyping that up because it's a really good story and I love that story.
Okay.
So
I have an idea of what it is.
When you know.
Okay.
We got it. Okay. So, it was what was it? It was like a day. No, it was like 2 days before actually filming the original episode because so something happened. The data got corrupted, or I think I like messed up.
Files were lost.
Yeah. So we had to get rid of that first recording session and do another one. But for that first recording session, like the day before, that's when he was like, "Hey, yeah, I'm gonna need your help with this video. We can test out your skills." I had to like literally the moment I got that text or the moment I got that call or whatever.
It's like Marc sees it. Fuck. Throws everything aside. Starts googling everything.
Yeah,
like,
no.
How do I do this? How do I do that?
No, literally. Like I had to like, all right. How do I set up like my camera to record video?
Horrible.
How do I like?
That's horrible.
Literally, dude. The button to so if you use a DSLR, I use a Canon 60B. The button to start recording a video when you're in movie mode is different from when you're taking a picture. And since I had never taken a video, I didn't know that. So I kept trying to start it by taking the picture button.
Oh God, Marc.
And it was just like taking pictures, and I'm like, what's going on? It's not working. I have like 12 hours before I have to do this. And then I had to I googled my ass off. I googled everything.
Yes. What?
Yes.
You know what? This actually does kind of explain a few things, like the fact, a couple of times when we hang out and we haven't had our cameras with us, if you watch the Media channel, you would see that I like to vlog every once in a while. And I ask Marc, is like, hey, why don't you start vlogging? All innocent, being like, I think you'll like it. It seems like you're kind of speedy with your videography and all that, and it's like. He keeps saying, "I don't want. I really don't want to vlog," or is that it's not my thing. And I'm like, I mean, I don't know, man. It seems like your kind of thing with like what you tend to do, and now that explains so much.
Okay,
that explains. So I'm not saying that you don't vlog because of this. What I'm saying is that you probably just don't vlog because you don't want to vlog.
You're both.
But it has both.
It's both. I'll be honest. It's completely both.
It's completely both. Real quick, I'm actually going on the
Ladies and gentlemen,
Random Ramblers Discord.
Marc de Jesus is officially the worst.
Officially the worst. Lovely. Oh my god, yeah. That puts an entire new meaning to, BSing your way through life.
Listen. That is how I've, lived to this day.
No, I understand.
That is how I got to where I am today.
No, I understand. But, one thing that I really... And I feel like I've mentioned to this once or twice, so I don't feel bad for mentioning to this into the public. But just again, understand, as of right now, Random Ramblings is basically still a baby. So it's
Oh,
like
God,
it
yes.
really just
Yeah, of
started.
course.
So with that in mind, you understand. You BS. I understand BSing your way in everything, like with school
I love
and
the fact
work and stuff. But it's like, wait. Explain to me why and how you made the decision to BS your way for something you're doing basically for for free, straight up for free. Like as of right now, everyone who works on Random Ramblings right now
Of
is
course.
We're all
voluntary.
Yeah,
voluntary.
This is all like
as time
friendship.
passes.
It's just-
yeah,
wait.
yeah, yeah.
Literally, I think at this point we're all agreeing that we're doing something we love with the friends
Right.
we love.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's just beneficial in that
In that
sense.
regard,
To be
like
fair,
We're all
did-
having fun while we do
right.
this.
To be fair,
In reality, like, well, before you say what you're
Yeah,
gonna say,
go
like,
ahead.
in reality, like, yeah, like the whole concept of Random Ramblings Productions is, yeah, doing what we love, speaking what we say, and if you guys seen the update video that I put on the Random Ramblings channel, then yeah, like I mentioned that many times, spreading the word of keep on doing you, keep on sharing laughs, and keep on rambling, all that stuff.
I want to say
But
this too.
but it's in the future. I do see like a future for this as time passes, but that's
Yes.
thinking forward. But going to what Mark is saying,
so
Can I say something really
go
quickly
ahead,
about?
go
Okay,
ahead.
so the episode that we just released is episode 6, and it's Gravity Falls.
five,
Five?
episode
Yes.
5,
Fuck
actually.
5?
She's just so
Yeah,
good.
the first
Oh
one.
no, because I remember reading episode 6's script
Yeah,
just
yeah.
recently. That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
So episode 5 was Gravity Falls, and if you look really hard at the end, all the way down at the street in the extra credit scene,
Oh yeah.
you see me at the end of the street sitting off the street.
Really?
No,
You do.
It's like a little Easter egg, then. Yeah. Because like
Also, another Easter egg of that episode was that the fact that Bill Cipher did move throughout.
yeah,
the episode.
I was wondering
don't-
how many people in the comment
Yeah.
section would have
I don't think
noticed.
people notice that.
I don't think people noticed it. Like the
It's
fact that we're
something
saying it,
you
people are
have to
now
look
are.
for.
You really have to look for. But
And I think
I never mentioned this to you guys actually, or maybe I have, but not to any degree. But one thing that I've always like really liked doing in every time we film an episode of Random Ramblings, like, is every once in a while, if you pay attention, there are little Easter eggs. There are little Easter eggs in each episode that I like to put in. Sometimes it's the main,
I
like
think
for
every
example,
episode has Easter eggs.
yeah, every episode of Random
some
Ramblings has
varying
some
degree.
form of Easter egg, whether it's of a franchise or Random Ramblings itself. For example, a lot of the episodes you'll notice, if you pay attention to certain scenes, you're gonna find like the name Random Ramblings, like somewhere,
I didn't even
whether
know
it's on a shirt or a
Oh, the
car.
shirt. You don't count the
No.
shirt. I don't
no,
count
no,
the
no,
shirt.
no, no.
The shirt
I'm
does
not. I'm
count.
not talking about the shirt that I wear. No. Another shirt somewhere in the background, or on a card somewhere in the background. No. I'm not talking about the shirt that I always wear. No. I'm literally talking about somewhere in the background. If you pay attention, there's gonna be something that says Random Ramblings
Okay.
somewhere in the background.
Since we're still talking about episodes, when we were filming episode 5, legit, the second what?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah,
Keep going.
I took a fantastic fucking nap while we
She
were filming
did
that
nothing.
because my job didn't clarify anything for those days. All I had to do was take inventory on what everyone wore for the episode, and I had my makeup case just in
Did
case if we
nothing.
needed any touch-ups.
Needed any touch-ups? You didn't even touch-ups would. Touch-ups is
No, because I
with
was
the
in there for
implication.
no.
Touch-ups is with the implication that you did anything at all.
Oh, wait, here's the thing.
Touch-ups is like, oh, your makeup is running. I need
Shut
to
up.
touch it up. No makeup was
Look.
running because there was no makeup on anybody.
Because I didn't have the chance to put anyone, because I couldn't have put any makeup on anyone because consistency is always a thing with filming. And I wasn't there for the first day of filming because I was working. And thank you very much, I missed a full day of school.
Shut up. I have 2 jobs.
Shut up.
I have 2 jobs. You can
Go take a nap, Mom.
don't
Ladies,
high road me
Okay.
with your busyness.
But
Keep going.
with that, the entire day of us filming that episode, like, before we filmed, me and Beck went out for a shopping trip run really quickly, and we went to Winn-Dixie, and Mark was like, hey, can you buy me a bag of Reese's Pieces?
I said Reese's.
Reese's.
I will pull up the
Reese's.
text right now, and you
Reese's?
gave me
And I got him
Pieces.
Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, Not the
Pieces?
same.
Wait.
Pieces, yeah.
Is that how you guys like
Reese's?
pronounce it?
No,
Reese's?
I was
I
correcting
say
her.
Reese's.
I was
You
correct-
say Reese's?
I say Reese's.
I see.
I was just
I say Reese's
'cause
Pieces,
I say
but
Reese's Pieces. Fuck. Tongue twisters. Kill me.
okay,
And
just with that,
Mark
comment down below.
Okay.
How do you pronounce
How do you pronounce Reese's?
Reese the brand,
the
the
chocolate
candy.
candy.
Yeah, the peanut butter chocolate candy. Reese's. How do you pronounce
That's
it?
actually my mom's favorite candy.
Really?
Mine too.
Yes.
Wow.
Congratulations, Mark. No
Sad
one gives a fuck.
to say, I'm actually not a fan of
Ow, I love
peanut butter. Sadly, well,
No, I don't like
How?
peanut butter and chocolate either.
no, I'm
What?
just not a fan of peanut butter in general.
Okay,
I
you
can eat it on
you
a
can go away.
sandwich,
The door is
but-
right there. The door is right there.
Okay, wait. But me and Beck went out for a
keep
shopping
going.
trip, and we got the requested Reese's Pieces from
It was
for Mark.
Reese's. I just.
I
put
wanted
Reese's.
a bag. I just wanted a bag for you. That's why I was like, you know what? Here, take this. And you were like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
So
I was.
we were in the
Reese's.
candy aisle for that, and I was like, fuck, I really want some sugar in my life. So I grabbed 2 bags of Airheads, and legit, we all went to town on it.
Yeah.
And if you saw on the table, like, it's disgusting. There are Airhead wrappers everywhere. I had to, like, legit finish the bag 2 days afterward.
It's funny. It's funny just because like
On the way home, Mark was like, I regret all my life
My
decisions.
stomach. Listen. Oh, okay. Our craft services for our shooting was Airheads, Reese's Pieces, and
I bought my
mystery
own
meat
lunch.
lasagna.
I
Not
brought
mystery
my
meat.
own
Mystery
lunch.
meat pasta.
Thank you very much.
You didn't. You
I
ate
didn't
the
eat the
mystery meat
first
pasta.
day.
You didn't eat
The
the
second
mystery
day
meat
was
pasta.
shrimp and salad.
Yeah. Okay. So Airheads, Reese's Pieces, shrimp and salad. That was the second day. The first day.
Was
You
Mark's
weren't there.
mystery meat pasta because he decided I'm gonna
I didn't
cook.
decide it. Okay. Look.
I'm
We were
gonna
all
cook.
hungry. This is what happened. We were all hungry. We were broke, and we were at Gio's house. Gio,
Then I came
the
on the
character,
second day and bought food for myself.
the
Because I'm a
character,
bitch.
the character Gio.
the character
Yeah.
Gio. We were at his house. The joke in the episode that's actually accurate. We were at his house.
That actually, yeah, like it
This
actually
is
is
not
his
even your house.
Yeah.
This isn't even his like. That's actually legitimate. It
Yeah.
actually isn't his house. And for anyone who's asking, yes, his name actually is Gio.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So he didn't have because his mom.
That's gonna be a fun day.
So we shot it
Yeah.
on a Monday. His mom goes grocery shopping on Monday. She hadn't gone grocery shopping yet, so there was no food in the house. We had no money, so I had to scrounge up random bits of everything so I can feed everybody.
You wanna know
Because
why?
I could cook.
I wasn't there. I at least know how to basic cook.
Oh no, I know how to cook, Jim. I think
I'm the
everyone
one who
knows
put
how to-
together the food.
I feel like when it comes to I feel like when you get to a certain age, like 12, 13, I'd say around that time, like early teens,
At
you
early
should learn
teenagers-
basic cooking.
not just cooking, anything like
Just chores in
Anything,
general.
yeah, like
Chores in
certain
general.
responsibilities,
Like you should know
like
how to do your
cooking,
own laundry, you should know how to
stuff
do
like that. Like I
how
feel
to
like
clean your room, how to
um,
clean your house, dust,
I-
vacuum, those.
like literal truth right now, and I know it's probably not gonna make me look very good, but it's like yeah, like I did not learn a lot of the basic stuff until I was like 17 or 18, and it's annoying. So yeah, learn things at an early age, guys. Definitely do that.
I don't know how you made it all the way to 17. My mom would not let me get to 17. Like I'm telling you, the moment I turned 11, it was like you're doing your own laundry. The moment I turned 12, you're making your own food.
Like
I was
legit when
okay.
I mean,
I would say
like, I
when I was
have a
around-
very like I have a very caring mother.
I mean,
Well,
mom,
I-
14,
that
I was
being
like,
said, I
around-
do not.
you're a
mean
mama's
it
boy.
like-
no, I got you.
you're a mama's boy.
Yes,
Alright,
I was a mama.
so-
that's what I
There you
mean.
go.
Pedro basically
No,
is
that's taken.
That's
steps. He's
good.
taking
I love you.
the final steps of his life, and he's deciding, hey mom, I want to move out. Legit,
Wait, we're actually talking about this right now.
yes.
Why?
We're actually talking.
Why?
He
We're
made
going
this
into
his
very.
own mother cry.
Oh, she.
What?
You didn't
Why
tell
are
me
we
that part.
talking about?
You
Oh,
forgot-
okay.
you
Okay.
mentioned
No.
it real
We're
quick.
talking
You
about
didn't tell
this.
me.
We're talking about
Specifically
this.
for the
Okay.
fact because the baby boy is leaving the nest. Pedro is the first to leave.
Yeah.
because he is the oldest. It's heartwarming, and his mother accepted it because that's life.
Yeah.
That is
Like
life.
I'm very grateful to have the support of my mother and my stepfather and everyone else in the family. Obviously, my dad, my stepmom, all of them very much care.
Like not use me for her clutches.
All the
All right.
Out of all the ramblers, I'm the only one living.
Okay, Mark. Congratulations.
ASMR.
No, you're making a big deal out of it. Like, okay, he's moving out on his own.
I
Who
know, but like
cares?
I wanted to say for the fact that he made his mom cry. That
Why? Why?
Listen,
Why?
all right. If you were around my house when I was
Because
in high
I'm
school,
evil.
Yeah,
I made
you
my
are
mom
evil.
cry a lot of times.
My mother.
I'm not proud of it, but it happens.
Life is life.
For the okay, for
I
for
was,
the
I was a
record.
demon. I was a demon when I was a kid. All right, there you go.
No, but no. In reality, like mom or anyone else in the family, if you're listening, like I really do appreciate the support. And I very much think about it. I just kind of realized we never really did kind of like explain why the freak are we doing a podcast in the first place.
Okay, we're doing a podcast because
We want to.
We
I mean,
want
I
to.
don't really think we have to
But
also
describe
I feel
why.
like
I don't think why is necessary.
Right,
I feel like we have so much to talk about and like
We have so much.
There's so much to taco about.
I hate you, Mark.
I feel, usually
The
I'm
worst.
the
The
pun
absolute
guy,
worst.
but actually
Sorry.
no, you
I'm
have
sorry.
my respect for that one.
Okay.
But no, with what the whole concept of the Random Ramblings podcast is, yeah, like basically it's to randomly ramble. It's kind of like
Pretty
stuff
much
that we
it.
do.
Yeah.
Specifically focused on stuff that's pop culture, media, stuff like that. Keeping with that.
But it's
whole
also
term.
just kind of like introducing you to us
Yeah.
as regular people,
As
not
regular
the
people,
YouTubers
yeah.
for the channel.
Yeah, like you get to see a more real us.
Right.
Like
We may
this,
talk
this
about
is a real story. This is a real
world
story
problems
of
too.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
this is actually something that I'm saying this right now that I talked to Kaelea and Marc about, and it's the idea of swearing in this, where it's like no.
Me and Mark are sailors.
You guys are sailors,
Pedro
but
is
here's the
an
thing:
I'm not a
innocent
sailor.
soul.
The majority-
He will
the
not say a
majority-
single word in his lifetime.
the majority of the Ramblers, yeah, like
The
they're
majority,
sailors,
all of them, except for you.
except
When
for
it comes
me.
You're-
to
it's
saying
just you.
hell, he will specifically say he double hockey stick.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
that
Admit
much
it.
of an like some people may not believe. Like I have run into so many people who do not believe, whether they're
It's like-
viewers of the channel during conventions. People have literally come up to me asking, like,
How do you do it?
how do you do it?
How
How
do
do
you
you
do it,
not
Pedro?
curse? And I just grew up that way. I'm literally I used to work at a Papa John's, right? And Papa John's, please sponsor us. But with that being said, I used to work at a Papa John's, and
fuck
one
you,
of the
Papa.
managers were trying to tell
Like,
me.
steal his-
One of the managers literally walked up to me saying, "Yo, I will pay you to curse, to say all the curse
You didn't
words." And
take
I'm
it.
like, I didn't take it, but here's the reason why. Like mainly it's because literally just because he wasn't paying me enough. Like he was
How
like
much?
20 bucks only, and I'm like, no,
How
not worth
much?
it, not worth it.
How much?
How
How
much-
much would you
How much?
How much
want
would
in order to
I have
curse?
$50 in my pocket right now.
I will
Live
say
on the
I-
first ever podcast. What would you say?
What would you
Oh,
say for
$50.
$50?
For $50, I think I will.
By the way, that's
say-
not real money. I'm just really excited.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
this.
I know. I live on the podcast. You're saying that you're saying that
We're on the
Okay.
podcast.
Okay,
We're on the podcast right now.
Right, if you were to pay me $50 right now, live on the podcast, I'd be willing to say either the S word or the B word,
No.
but I would not do an F bomb. No, F bomb
What?
is really far. Like I a lot more. than
Pedro.
that. Yeah.
Stop. That's offensive. We're not.
Oh god. But
No,
but
that's
going
not
back to
worth
what
it.
I was saying is that no, going with the whole concept of getting to know us and who we really
Of
are.
course.
It's like I feel at first I remember I was telling you guys, yo, when we do this podcast, maybe we shouldn't curse, and I'm like, well, okay, like
No,
you know what?
It's us being natural.
It's us being natural. It's us being.
Oh.
It was
Wow.
me thinking a lot about how it's like. It was me thinking a lot about how it's like. Oh,
Okay.
I should It was me thinking like, okay, well, like maybe we have a younger audience at the time or something like that. I'm like,
But the
Well,
thing
no,
is that
a lot of younger people
I will
these
say
days.
this.
sad to
I will
say.
personally say this.
My
I
15-year-old brother, he started cursing when he was like 10,
No,
8,
yeah.
9.
I started cursing when I was in 4th grade.
Exactly, yeah.
And I did a lot of bad stuff as a 4th grader because I was a bad kid.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Same with a lot of the Ramblers. Like Geo. Geo, out of all the Ramblers, out of
the funniest.
out of all the actually no, here's the truth.
He is
Out of all the Ramblers, Geo's the one who I've known the longest. Like he and I were in like elementary and middle school together.
Yeah, you guys grew up together.
Yeah, we grew up together. And the guy was a sailor mouth. Like he like what was
That's
it?
why me and
4th,
Gio
5th.
got along.
He and I met in like a 4th or 5th grade, I believe. And he cursed in and out all the time. I think it was either him or some of my other friends from back then who introduced me into the concept of cursing and stuff. But yeah.
I find it funny that you brought up the idea the conversation of no cursing and stuff because right after Kaelea said the first fuck, right after she said that.
Fuck.
Right after she said that, I was like, oh, I know Pedro doesn't like cursing, so I'm gonna try to compromise with him. I'm gonna try to bleep out all the F words. But I didn't want to bring that up on the podcast because you were in the middle of a conversation. So I typed out on my phone the words, read, I'm gonna try to bleep out all the fucks. I'm gonna try to, like, and I wasn't able to show him because it was just like conversation I didn't want to interrupt.
Taking this into a more pop culture, like topic, like
Pedro really wants to talk about this.
No. It's just because like if I remember correctly, with South Park the movie, I know this is completely random.
I know,
but wasn't it like that they had the F-bomb 999 times?
Yes.
And like they did that. Pushing the barrier because if they reached 1,000, it would be like a rated R film.
Yeah, that's why it was so controversial.
So it's like, it's funny to think of when it comes to that. Yeah.
That's why it was so controversial at the time because they said it was the most crude movie at the time. And what's so funny is I forgot what the original title was, but it was like South Park something.
Was it the one with Phil and Terrence? And it's about that movie thing?
No, I think it was the same movie that introduced the Cal's mom is a... Yeah.
It's all the same thing.
Yeah.
But what was funny is the original title, I forgot what it was it was deemed too I forgot what like the exact word, but it was like too crude for theaters.
Yeah.
Right.
So they changed it to South Park Bigger, Longer, Uncut.
I remember that.
Which I think is way like I remember it being more crude than the original title.
I feel like in a general audience, though, that is the perfect title.
No, it is.
Yeah.
Just because
it's I don't know those guys. I forgot their like.
The creators are geniuses. They're geniuses.
Speaking of which, those creators of South Park have actually also gone on to make a musical because I'm going to wrap it around that. And they've successfully written Book of Mormon,
really,
which makes fun of Mormon culture and religion. Fantastic cast.
Great.
Josh Gad, the voice of Olaf, was the original Elder Cunningham to that.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So the voice of Olaf was originally in a really raunchy musical.
Hello, you little beepers. I love warm hugs. Or something like that.
No. Thank you very much, Mark. Fuck you. I'm trying to give some priceless trivia.
Yeah.
I'll say it louder then. Nobody cares.
Thank you.
I'm still kind of reeling on the whole fact that basically you lied.
I lied my way.
No. But again, we already talked about it a bit.
They use the euphemism of baptizing someone as having sex with someone.
Oh, lovely.
There's a song about it.
Wow.
I love it.
Wow. Due to copyright reasons, I'm guessing we can't really hear it right now. But
of course.
I would love to hear it later on when we get a chance. But. Good God, you freaking
look. Okay.
No. Again. Like in my I am curious of what was going through your head, just because again I made it very clear that I was like, yo,
I know.
This is voluntary.
Okay, so for one, all right. So for one,
and I think that was before I mentioned to you that Kaelea would join the team.
no, I was already a part of the team when you mentioned Kaelea.
Yeah.
Because I had told you
Because
that.
Marc was one of the deciding factors. Remember?
Yeah. During the meeting.
Because I was like,
yeah, we have meetings, guys. Believe it or not, we're an actual company, even though we
don't have
money.
any paperwork.
We don't
don't
have
get paid.
any paperwork. We don't get paid.
We treat it like a company.
Yeah.
We treat it like such.
I think that's a good thing.
Shouting you out right now, Rooster Teeth. Nah, okay.
No.
We love the people at Rooster Teeth.
Okay.
They're a big inspiration.
Okay, I cannot.
Very big inspiration.
I'm not letting you start this because you're gonna go on forever.
No,
we could go on for like 7 podcasts.
I am so excited to meet
shut up.
the entire Ruby
Shut
team,
up.
and especially Michael Jones, my favorite man from New Jersey, at SuperCon, because I'm so excited.
God, stop it. God, you're like you're
Actually,
one of those fans like.
Oh no! But I met Barbara Dunkelman and Lindsay before, and they're really nice people. Really
like I know
Genuine.
they're very nice people, and like not as a fan, but just like as a
viewer or
just like
a fellow creator.
As a fan.
As a fellow creator and
as a fan.
No, of course as a fan in my heart, but like.
As a fellow creator in a more professional
and as a fan.
Marc, please stop. The worst, the absolute worst. But like
the worst.
As a fellow creator and a person who wants to potentially, I don't want to say gain that status, but go down a similar path. I'm really excited and like I low key want to interview them for my channel. So. Who knows? We may see. I'm really excited.
This is why I didn't want you to start.
So
it's funny you bring up Rooster Teeth. So going back to the explanation of why I bullshitted my way to the top. Okay. To the top of the baby thing. No, not necessarily. It's more so because I always hear of Bernie and Gus and the founding fathers when they started. I always hear those stories. And not only was this the first time it was like the first opportunity that I found for my video, my directing, prowess of what I wanted to do since I was a kid. But also, I saw it as an opportunity to be at the ground floor of a Rooster Teeth of
something that has potential to be comparable in the future.
I wanted to be a founding father because I can join Rooster Teeth now, but I wouldn't have the history.
It's not the same.
No, I wouldn't have those stories, those like midnights that you spent, editing a video.
And like with that, they were a bunch of college kids making stuff up as they go.
Exactly. And like
it's a big inspiration.
Less take the fact that I want to be a director and like I want to make movies as a kid ever since as a kid. I keep saying that because it's true and because it's all I can think about when I think about movies. Take that out of the equation. I wanted to be a part of something great, and I saw this as my opportunity because forget the quality of the videos. The idea of what they are is very creative. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, I really, really applaud Pedro for being able to create something very creative and very original. Yeah.
That one tear.
It's
Pedro.
it's like it really is like it's a very creative medium, and that's why I wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah, when
also,
starting.
Also, hold on. Also, I'm never gonna say some mushy shit like that again. So take it when you want it.
It's the first for everything.
Yeah, it's the first for everything.
So keep going.
But also with that Rooster Teeth, not a lot of people kind of realize this, and I remember it from like one RTX panel I watched like from the latter year because I am that fan, of course. Thank you. Rooster Teeth. Is like
that's her.
Rooster Teeth doesn't want you to like push and be like, hey, can we join your company? No, they want to inspire you to make your own content, make your own company, be comparable to them in the future, and like kind of rival them. Like, I think that was at one of the founding father panels too, and I don't know.
I'm not
Correct
a
me if
Uber
I'm
fan like
correct
you
me
are.
if I'm wrong.
I
But
don't
like,
watch every single video.
thank
like
you very
do.
much, Mark. But like, that also inspired me to do my own cosplay YouTube too, and that's also why I'm in the field I love, because I can't imagine doing anything else. Like I would never want to work a desk job. I at least want to be out doing something.
Right. Like, yeah, like when thinking about all that, and again, it's very recent that, like, before I met you guys, like, the only real things I knew about Rooster Teeth was, the Ruby and Red versus Blue and all that, and the typical stuff that, and then when I met you guys, I really started getting invested into Rooster Teeth. Like, I watch, like, 3-4 of their podcasts now.
They do.
They have a lot
That's
of
the thing.
podcasts,
The thing is,
but
they're not all podcasts.
Right.
That's the weird thing about
the series. I watch a lot of their series now.
Recently,
Just recently, I got into one of their new animated series, the one of the Nomad.
Yeah.
The Nomad.
Oh yeah, Nomad.
That's very
Nowhere.
cute.
Nomad
It's a very cute one.
I
Yeah.
watch it.
What I'm saying is bringing into Rooster Teeth, like, for you guys, it's Rooster Teeth. For you guys, it's Rooster Teeth, and I admit, as of right now, in the current place of Random Ramblings is, I see a lot of connections, whereas, like, with Random Ramblings and Rooster Teeth. For me, some people may or may not know. I haven't really mentioned it much in videos, but, like, for me, my main inspirations was from people like Channel Awesome, the Nostalgia Critic.
Nostalgia Critic.
Yeah,
And
Nostalgia Critic, and I feel like if you really want to compare Random Ramblings where it is right now and how it is, I feel like that would be the best comparison that I could put. Where it's kind of like a weird mix between
it's a homebrew.
where of Nostalgia Critic and Rooster Teeth, but when I first thought of the idea for Random Ramblings, I wanted it to be something interesting where it's like, okay, the typical review stuff that you see on YouTube, but add something more with, like, a story and characters you can get invested in and stuff. Because, there's a lot of reviewers out there that I really care about. Like, I love Jeremy Johns, and, again, Doug Walker, the Nostalgia Critic, being a big one, Black Nerd, a bunch of other people. But, like, going with the Nostalgia Critic, he's the closest one I feel to have done something like this. But the thing is, they're very episodic. With this, I want to make a story with this. I want to push something new out there, and I feel like this is a very new idea that we're creating.
Yes.
Taking some inspirations, let's be honest, but it's just something. I want to bring something new into this platform and the craziness that it already is.
Yeah.
What I find the most interesting because with episode 5 coming out, we're technically halfway through the first season.
Yeah.
Just about.
Basically we're halfway.
We're halfway through.
We're halfway through the season. Yeah. Yeah, the first season.
I'm not only am I looking forward to, like, finishing up the season itself,
right,
but I'm looking at what can, like, push in with any upcoming seasons.
Exactly. Like, what can we like?
You're horrible.
I know.
What can we bring in? Whether it's, like, characters and
but not only that, but storyline. Like, what are we going to explore in the depths of?
It's gonna be fun. It's a fun thing that we can think of.
I hope you know that.
Why? What are we?
Because I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
I hate both of you.
We're just.
It's fun to tease.
Hey, Marc.
You better freaking know.
God, the worst.
No.
I'm the worst. How about you talk about what they know? They don't know what you're talking about. It's all behind the scenes stuff.
Yes, I understand that, but I'm also telling them what to expect.
What to expect? Yeah, to be excited
like,
about.
Be excited that
we
have plans for the future.
We're gonna have some words about how much of a nerd you are.
Yeah.
Because I can't bring it up now, but I will bring it up after.
But
I will mention this.
Don't stop.
What?
Don't.
No. I will mention this.
Don't.
One of our, I don't know if, like, we're gonna post it on Random Ramblings or my channel. It all depends. But once we get everyone all settled and, like, we'll have like a couple podcasts out and everything. Eventually our entire team will start doing D&D sessions. I am the dungeon master, and I am so excited to literally have everyone suffer at my fingertips because you guys have the best quest.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that because, like, literally today, like it's kind of a weird turn, but it's like mentioning D&D. It's funny you mentioned that right now because I don't know if anyone's heard. Me and Marc, I said this to Marc already earlier today, but just today they announced that Stranger Things, who plays a lot of D&D, is now going to be a Halloween Horror Nights.
Yes, I'm excited
section.
for that.
That sounds really cool. I want to see what they can do with that. Demogorgons, all that stuff. Yeah.
Meh. I'm not really. I don't really care about whatchamacallit.
Stranger Things is amazing.
I mean,
it's great.
Cool.
I really like it.
I like it.
I like the period that it's placed in. I like the setting it's in.
Of course you do.
You guys may not believe you guys may not believe this, but we actually do have some questions.
Oh, we do.
From
did you hit
from
up Discord?
viewers? I hit up the Discord
Nice.
and we actually have some people asking questions if you're
cool.
interested.
Okay. Hold on.
Right.
So, how can we make this a regular thing? Why not? So, right now we're gonna, end off the podcast with some questions.
Yeah.
Right. I feel that'll be good. Like originally, okay, like maybe we could do this another time. Originally, one of the ideas that I had for the first podcast was to like talk a little bit about things like some stuff like Super Smash Bros. And upcoming movies and stuff. But it's like first podcast makes more sense to talk more about Random Ramblings itself.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. We can end it off with this. Let's answer some questions. Okay, so our good friend Peach Nico, we met her over in Anime EY of 2017. Great person, very friendly person. She was she helped us in some of our media match panels, so that was really nice. She has her own YouTube channel. Make sure to check that out. But no, Peach Nico asked, what's everyone's favorite Media Mash moments? I know that you two haven't really seen a lot of Media Mash.
Media Mash? I actually have. And I've actually seen panel participations because legit one of my friends was like, oh my god, they have a stuffed animal I want to win. She didn't win it, but you know.
Okay.
One of my favorite Media Mashes was the anime series continuations, and I actually agree with the stance of Panty and Stocking deserve a season 2.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because while the show is really raunchy, it's also very funny in the crude humor department.
Yeah, I feel like it brought a lot of.
I think they have so much area to play with in the fact that Panty is now like by herself as an angel, and like Stocking was like a demon all along. Blah blah blah. Spoilers.
That was I did not see that coming, to be honest.
Exactly, but like legit,
because they're so close.
That was one of my favorite moments of Media Mash, and I was like, I agree with that.
Yeah, with the season 2, I feel like it would yes, we like Marc is basically doing that thing where it's like over his head. He has no idea what we're talking about. I've never seen but I know of it. I don't know much about it. I do know what Kael's talking about though. But with these two characters who throughout the entire first season you've been seeing they're very close with their relationship, and then now if they make a season 2, now we kind of see that they're both on the opposite end of the spectrum. Basically, it'd be interesting to see how that affects their relationship, the people around them, the world around them as well. That'll be very intriguing. And then Marc, you were mentioning one of your favorite.
My favorite Media Mash
moment
ever was, I forgot what the question. No, I remember what the question was. It I have the memory of a goldfish. Leave me alone. It was what video game could get customization, or that would benefit from customization.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah,
I think that was also an anime
AY.
I think that was also an anime AY.
And the best answer of ever answer, that man, I remember what he looks like. I don't think he said his name, but I remember exactly what it looks like. If I ever see him at a con again, I am shaking his hand. He goes, Pong.
Pong. I remember.
That's the best answer.
That was one of the craziest. Yeah.
And the thing is, at the end of the day, Media Mash is all about the argument, not
Yeah, it's all about the
it's
argument.
all about the argument you present.
Like one
for
of
the content.
one of the examples I love giving, just because it's an example that I find
Yeah.
myself very connected to, but I use Pokemon as an example, where it's like, oh, imagine we ask a question like, who's the best Pokemon? Someone says Mewtwo, and then another guy says Magikarp, and then it's like,
oh yes, I know exactly.
No,
what
no,
you're talking about.
and basically it's like, okay, why do you choose Mewtwo? Okay, Mewtwo because he's cool.
A legendary.
He's a legendary. He's cool. But then it's like,
Yeah.
but then the guy playing Magikarp was like, yo, Magikarp could win in a fight because like he has certain moves that can help him. He can if you give him an item like the focus band, he can withstand an attack, then use flail because Magikarp can use the move flail, and it's like stuff like that, giving details and like facts or just strong opinions. It helps, and that's the thing. So like, I always say this during one of our Media Match panels, and I'm saying this now, that it's like, yeah, it, no matter what, it's the argument. It always will be the argument.
Yeah. So the fact that this man made everyone else, like his argument was so good that he made everyone else forfeit. He won by default.
Damn.
Because his argument was so good that everyone else was like, oh, I can't win. I can't do this. I can't do this. It was, to this day, I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I love that.
My answer is probably going to be kind of a cop-out. Just because. No. Actually, no. That's not actually it.
The one where my
it's true. It's true. There are two ones that I really think of when I think of like the best ones. In the one where one that I feel is literally like one of the best ones, and then the other one being what I believe was one of the more successful one. For me, the best one would probably be the one that we didn't film a lot of, sad to say, due to camera issues. But this is way before you two joined.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But it was with the 3000 Brigade. Very, very kind group of people.
Speaking of which, they are sponsors at Hatsumi Fair this upcoming April 21st and 22nd
very
at the
good people.
Japanese Museum and Gardens.
They're very good people and very good friends of ours. Let's go.
Hey.
Yeah, but very good people, very good friends of ours, and
that's a good opportunity for you, Mark.
It was just a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. They brought so much energy into the room, and I really appreciate that. Like, my favorite media matches are ones that have a lot of energy and stuff when people are very hyped. For me, ironically named a good con that we go to where everyone is always hyped about our media matches.
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
Is Hero Hype?
Yep. Yeah.
But no. I'm not saying that because of the name or because of our good relationship with them. It's mainly just because literally every time I go to that con and do a panel there, it's always so many people and it's always so much hype around it. We could be talking about the most mundane thing. They make it exciting.
The thing with Hero Hype is that it was the second con I had gone to with you.
Yeah.
The first one, it was very small and nobody had gone. There was like
we're not gonna say the name of it just to respect it, but
there was like maybe like 3 people in the audience.
Yeah.
And then I go to Hero Hype. And
it was packed.
Yeah,
the room was packed.
There were so many people.
Yo, I was like, I didn't even know that was that many people in the con.
Neither did I. They because we were doing it.
Some of the you know what? Some of the people stopped me after the panel at Hero Hype, and they were saying how I was like, yo, I left my booth to watch your panel, and I'm like, thank you.
Like
we got another question, by the way.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So.
Go ahead.
All right. To answer my thing, that was the first one, and then the second one, just due to success on being analytical about it, like the most successful media match we have on our channel happens to be the one where we have our guest star, Kellen Goff from the Five Nights at Freddy's series. He was very kind enough to join, and he made it very fun. And it was just a very intriguing thing, seeing his opinions of certain things that were not Five Nights at Freddy's based. I understand that a lot of people, specifically voice actors or actors, they expect people to ask them. And we did ask a question about Finance and Freddy's, but we also made sure that he was asked questions of other things. Like, we talked about Super Smash Bros. We talked about some anime and some movies, video game movies and stuff like that. It was fun. It was a good time. And it was a good thing. But,
We've got a lot of questions.
yeah. Wait, seriously? We're actually being bombarded with questions?
Yeah.
Yo, I love our community.
Okay.
The
Wait.
first time
I love our community.
I'm gonna
okay,
ask
so Pedro picked one. Let's all just pick one.
Yeah,
And
everyone
then
pick one. I picked one, and then each of you pick one, and
Alright.
yeah.
The first time I'm going to the Discord in like literal
Forever.
months. I don't use Discord.
Yo, this is so cool though. I actually feel very, very, very.
You have one?
I'd like to point out on the question of how Silly and Mediana met.
Oh,
That's
God.
going to be a separate podcast. I agree with Zadie.
Zadie, aka Silly Dragoon, is actually on our Discord right now. She's like,
She's kind of like responding to some of them.
Yeah.
Also, we're gonna have like an introduction for everybody, but just like for like a soft thing, she is also the co-leader. She's next to Pedro.
Yeah, I don't know if
There
we
you
mentioned that enough.
They're like mom
times.
and pop of Random Ramblings.
Yeah, I don't know if we mentioned that enough times on the channel, but yes, like basically, if you were to ask who are the leaders of Random Ramblings, like as of right now, I'm the leader mainly just because I'm the founder, and because the imagination that I have. But Zadie, aka Silly Drifloon, is the one, like really the one who gets a lot done. If you guys see the stuff
she does
that
all of our icon art.
She does all the art. She helps plan out a lot of the schedules before Marc and Kaelea came. She handled a lot of the responsibility. Like it's a blessing that she agreed to be part of this. Whether or not she and I are together, it's an amazing thing, and I'm very much grateful to have someone like that to back my corner.
Mark, pick a question.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go.
No,
Okay.
you go. I'll ask.
There's so many questions. Wow.
This is honestly awesome, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, we love the support.
We have a great.
What we could do is that we'll at the end of the podcast we'll shout out everyone else.
We will
asked
also
a question,
make a separate podcast
I got you.
section in the Discord chat.
Yeah. We'll that's something that we could. Yeah, we'll
figure everything out.
We'll figure all that stuff out. But yeah,
next episode we're gonna figure everything out. This is more, this is the first episode. This is the intro. Yeah. We're getting everything. We're getting our feet off the ground. Yeah. So the second episode will have a lot more fleshed out. But for now, I like this one. This is more directed at you, Pedro, because me and Kaelea don't really have anything to do with this.
Yeah.
But,
oh, me?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, from Este.
I think it's Este.
Este? It doesn't have the.
He's a nice guy. We met him at a convention. He's a very big follower of ours, which is funny because last time I checked this, if I remember correctly, last time I checked his channel, he has a lot more subscribers than we do. But that being said, he's always been a very like constant watcher of any video, whether Random Ramblings or Media Nut.
Well, Este. I'm gonna call you SST because Este. I'm trying to find like the funniest.
Just say it at this point.
All right.
Iced Tea.
Fantastic.
All right. So Iced Tea says, "What were some scrapped ideas from the Random Ramblings episodes?"
Oh boy.
I like that question.
If you want to also answer homeschool nerds question from.
Would you wait until he answers this one?
Just
woman.
It was also how many episodes do you have planned for the first season as well? So if you want, you can connect those two questions and just take two out.
Similar to essay, homeschool. Actually, here
I'm trying to get as many answers questions.
Actually, here's the thing. Here's something that I want to make very clear. With a homeschool nerd, actually. I don't know if you two know, I think I mentioned it once or twice to you, but actually, Random Ramblings, the state that it is, as well as Media Nut, a lot of thanks should go to Homeschool Nerd, because basically...
Oh, is that Redman?
No, that's not Redman. A Homeschool Nerd, he's a Vinny Harnett. He lives currently in Wisconsin, I think. I think he lives in Wisconsin. Close enough. But basically, a really quick story, like very quick. When I was living up in Orlando for college, I I got in contact with this other YouTuber who still is bigger than me, but still, like, at the time, it's this is during the time where I was thinking, like, yo, like, people with, like, 800, 1,000 subs is, like, a big, like, crazy. And, I was lucky enough to win a contest on his channel where he can check out our channel. So he did that, and he was giving me some advice and all that stuff, and we became friends. And as time passed, I've appeared a couple of times on his channel, whether on his podcast, whether on some of his videos, and then a couple of times he's done a couple of cameos and stuff in some of the works that we've done. But Homeschool Nerd is actually a very big friend of ours. To answer the questions, though, yeah. To answer the questions, due to the fact that we're cut for time, for Ice T Este, some of the scrapped ideas, there's a lot. Like, when it comes
Some
to
of them
making
were
an episode,
in episode 5 as well.
yeah, some of them were mentioned in episode 5.
I didn't realize how like real
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
that
how
joke was.
real that is. Okay, so if you guys have seen the trailer for episode 5 that we made during the update video, you will notice that there's a lot of scenes in that trailer that is not in the final product. And one of the main reasons was just because that was a separate scrap video that Marc mentioned earlier in the podcast.
I don't think he means that. I think he means like the ideas for videos.
Oh,
like,
ideas.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a different.
Like what?
Okay,
for the
ideas that I
reviews
wanted
and such.
that didn't happen.
That's why I said like Wander Over Yonder, maybe, or like other things. Star versus the Force is evil because it's so current.
Yes.
And that's why we can't do it.
Yeah, some of the very like real jokes that we made actually are certain things that we're doing in real life. Certain scrapped ideas that I remember. One of the biggest scrapped ideas was the inclusion of Radman.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that might be one of the biggest scrapped ideas. Originally, my idea for him was to be as big as a character as Mediana, like to be in every episode, to be part of everything, to be part of the story. But the guy who plays him, Alejandro Vasquez, really good guy. He's the co-creator of Random Ramblings. He was not able to be part of the project. And basically, due to real world stuff, he had his own dreams, I had mine. And we ended it off very friendly. We still hang out every once in a while. We're still very close. He's like a brother to me. But yeah, so the biggest scrapped idea I think I had for Random Ramblings was the fact that his inclusion in general. Every once in a while he mentions to me that in like the next couple of seasons, depending on how the show goes, he will be willing to appear as a cameo or maybe a guest spot. Maybe that could happen, but as of right now, that's just how it is. Mm-hmm. As for Homeschool Nerd, I never really announced this, so it's kind of a big thing, but yes, season 1, I roughly, so that we don't spoil anything, it's basically roughly around 10, 11 episodes, season 1, starting it very easy, just because it is our first time making a legitimate show with episodes and characters and all that. So the first season is meant to be a very concise, tight first season, and hopefully we manage that. So yeah.
My question I want to pick is from Don't Jack My Nuts. It's mainly pointed at you, Pedro.
Oh, again?
I feel like I can also kind of answer
Chime
it
in.
too.
Okay.
He asked, can you guys tell what the upcoming characters are going to be added to the series?
Oh my god, you're annoying.
We cannot tell him.
We cannot say anything.
Because it revolves around the plot.
Sorry,
yeah,
I don't mean
it's very big spoilers, especially because, again, especially again, just because, right now, speaking specifically of season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the character, as of right now, we have introduced, what I like to believe are 4 very interesting and very different characters.
And
we have the very driven but self-conscious Media Nut. We have the very silly and sometimes ominous Silly Drifloon. We have the hyperactive and kind of like the hyperactive snappy turtle, and then we have the
Don't take shit from anyone, Geo.
yeah,
Aloof.
basically, and
I think that'd be good.
I feel like the best way
Yeah, aloof too, or can work for Geo.
yeah. So for season 1, a lot of the
Asking
story will
I
be
know.
revolving around those 4.
We need plot development before we can
Yeah.
advance
Yeah.
from those
Yeah.
characters.
I feel like right now we have the main crew.
We
Yeah,
have
like as
the
of right
main
now, we
crew.
have the main crew
Like,
that was
they-
originally made. Now that being said, that doesn't mean we're not gonna have other characters appear.
Well, of course. I
There's gonna be.
every
it's
show.
a world. It's
Yes.
a
Of
world that
course.
we're building.
every
so
show
we-
has multiple characters.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I just
So
think we have the main.
the main
characters.
cast is
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Like episode 5, the whole concept of episode 5 was getting basically the
to
band together.
stabilize the team.
Yeah. So yeah, with that in mind, yes, there will be characters we cannot say. What I will say
Hit me, Marc.
say is
I will.
that
Ow.
a new character who maybe is not a main character whatsoever, but will be somewhat reoccurring, will be introduced extremely soon, sooner than you think. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But yeah, you'll be interested. I think you'll be happy with it. But yeah, thank you for the question.
Thank you so much, guys,
don't
for the
check my
questions.
notes.
Thank you everybody who asked us questions. If you would like to continue the conversation, you can hit us up on the Discord. What is
Bam.
the Discord? It's Random Ramblings.
Yeah, it's the Random Ramblings Discord. We're actually, Silly Phone and I, we're in the middle of making a couple new rules when it comes to that, so that things don't get chaotic. But no. Follow us on the Discord. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at the True Ramblers,
True Ramblers.
Instagram Random Ramblings Productions, Facebook Random Ramblings, YouTube Random Ramblings Productions, and all the sorts.
Yeah, it'll definitely be in the description down below.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you guys want to add?
Definitely. I already said to check out the YouTube channel. Also, please make sure to support Crab Shack Cosplays. That's one thing.
Not just that.
Um,
Also, hit us up on the Patreon.
Definitely.
yes.
that
We
is
recently
pretty
started
new.
the Patreon. That's
Yes.
actually very important. Thank you for reminding me. Actually, I should shed some light on that before
Yeah,
we go.
go ahead.
The idea of the Patreon is basically the same thing as everyone else starting a Patreon, where basically yes, we are ambitious, yes, we are determined, but looking into the world of realism with a site like YouTube that has so many creators, obviously there's going to be a viewer base for so many, and we are relatively new. So with that in mind, we figure with the Patreon, for those who really are dedicated ramblers, you can become a true rambler by joining our Patreon and making sure to donate. We will be giving extra content like behind the scenes, bloopers. I actually am in the middle of doing this is new, so the two of you are actually finding out about this right now, but
Ooh.
a re-edited,
Okay.
let me explain. If anything, if you want more of an explanation, I'll explain after, but I noticed there
Sorry,
are some
guys.
things missing. So it's a re-edited version of episode 5, actually, that I want to make. That includes a couple of things that Marc puts in and a couple of things that I put in.
It's like an extended cut.
It's
Yeah,
kind of
I
like
was
an
about to say
extended
director's
cut.
cut. Yeah,
It's
it's a
like a
director's cut.
director's cut that
Interesting.
because there's a couple of things that Marc edited that
Mhm.
was not able to make it in. There's a couple of things that I edited that was not able to make it in. So yeah, but yeah, basically, there's gonna be a lot of extra stuff, whether it's behind the scenes, bloopers, extra.
Also, if you are a
director cut
Patreon,
stuff.
you can also, depending on what tier status you go into,
you get some cool stuff.
you could potentially listen to the first beta podcast that we did for a
We didn't
test.
discuss this. We did not. You're just making this up on the fly. We didn't talk about this before. We
But
didn't
I
talk
think
about
it would
this.
be
I think-
kinda interesting.
You're not-
think-
no, you're not getting it. No.
I think it would be
No
interesting
one's getting
if
it.
we
No,
put it
it's
out.
not gonna be
I
interesting. It's
think
gonna be cringy.
I
No
think
one's getting
in
it.
I think in a way to make the best of both worlds would be if you are on Patreon, you also get to see things early.
Yes.
That's one thing. So what Kaelea means is you get to see the beta versions of all what beta as in
Yes,
you get to see our podcast maybe a day or two before the podcast comes out on YouTube.
we will flush this out. You will
We
hear
will
about
flush
this
this out.
on the second episode. You will hear about this next episode. Yeah, we're definitely like everything's gonna be flushed out a lot.
Again, it's not all concrete, obviously.
Yes.
Of course.
But
We're
like
still in the testing phase.
Kaelea did mention something about tiers. Yes, you get some awesome tiers that we're currently working on, whether it's early
tears
access, but also tiers
of pain.
not our tears of pain, obviously from all the
But
frickin'
tears.
work. But like no.
Cake.
No. There's also gonna be a digital poster
Cakes have
actually.
tears. Yes.
We're gonna be a digital poster of all the thumbnails
I
of
forgot
every
about that.
episode.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope.
With the
It's gonna be real cool.
signatures of all the ramblers, as
Aw.
obviously made by our own Silly Drifloon, who works very hard.
Sadie. I love Mom.
Yes, I love
That's
Sadie.
my mom. That's
Um,
No, it's not.
she actually, please, if you can, please make sure to check out her commission page over on Tumblr.
Yes, do that. Also, she's probably gonna hear this, but before she does, everybody who listens to this, tweet at Silly Drifloon. What's up? Exactly like that. WASSUP.
Yeah.
Hashtag WASSUP.
Yeah.
And I want to see her reaction.
Yeah, it'll be funny. We could talk about like that.
Yeah.
We could see her reaction like in the second podcast. And everything. But yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I think
Thank
that's
you for
about
having
it.
me, guys.
Thank you guys so much for listening into our podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
We love you all.
Tune
Thank you for
in
the
next
questions.
time. It'll be fun. You will love it because we will love it, and we love sharing our experiences with you.
Exactly.
And and don't forget to keep on doing you, keep on sharing laughs, and keep on rambling.
Woo!